Welcome to the Fire and Earth podcast with your hosts, Jason Mefford and Kathy Gruver. Fire and Earth, giving you the keys to unlock your limitless potential.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Fire and Earth podcast. I'm your co-host, Kathy Gruver.
And I'm Jason Mefford, and we are excited to have Karl Smith back. So we had him back on a previous episode, and right? Well, we're talking about monkey brain, right? So there we go. There's my little monkey sound. We have to bring an animal into almost every episode somehow. But wanted to kind of get into more detail because I know I had a couple of questions right at the end of the last episode, and we thought we got to do this in another episode. Yeah. So welcome back, Karl. Let's kind of get into, because I know, UK Hypnosis Academy, you're actually teaching people how to do this, right?
Yeah.
And you have a little bit of a different method. So, maybe kind of jump in and explain to us kind of what your method is, how to do it, and how people can actually kind of take this away and do some of this for themselves or, as well.
So going back just to that previous episode, if you've not listened to the previous episode, go listen to that, because then it'll make sense what we're going to talk about now. So what happened is that obviously I got run over, and then I started a career in hypnosis, and I eventually left the SWAT teams and just to become full-time hypnotherapist. And then I was a qualified teacher anyway. So what I did is I just took the dynamics of where I'd learned around the world. And I took pieces and then started to teach people. And then it developed until we've got now over 20 trainers on the books working for us now all over the globe. Like literally doing that. And, and I've had the privilege since that car accident now to deliver hypnosis and teach hypnosis on national TV in America, Australia. I've worked all over the United Kingdom on TV, done radio, done all that type of stuff. And it's been brilliant, and I've even worked in Hollywood and stuff like that before. And I know Kathy knows that from my past as well, and who I work with. I'm not going to mention them on air, but there are people that people would know in this that are from Hollywood that I've worked with, and it's been a cracking career. So, like we mentioned in the last one, I'm a very direct hypnotist, and I like to simplify things. Jesus, I'm a bloody ex-soldier, for crying out loud. It's got to be simple. Mm-hmm. Keep it simple, stupid. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be like that. So all I've done is with the hypnosis side of things is that I'm a bit like Dave Ellman. I like to make sure that my students or my clients know that within 30 seconds. I mean, Dave Ellman used to say 3 minutes, but within 30 seconds I have a hypnotic phenomena. So my job is to show them that something has altered, and the easiest way to do that is the 5 stages that I teach how to get hypnosis quickly. And they are, if you go to my YouTube channel, this is already filmed and on there. If you look for the pre-talk and all that lot, there's a series of videos there to teach it. And it's the first one is pre-talk, then it's the induction, then it's the deepener, then it's the suggestion phase, and then it's the emergence. So let's talk about pre-talk. Pre-talk is the vital part that every hypnotist, hypnotherapist needs to learn when they're working with hypnosis. The word hypnosis, trance, altered state, change, whatever you want to use is vital that they do that. But hypnosis is very key and fundamental in the way that I work. Hypnosis. I use the word hypnosis as many times as I can within that short preamble, that when I'm working with somebody, to set the stage for their subconscious, unconscious monkey brain to then kick into gear and go, that's what we're going to do. So that's one
of the reasons why you wear the shirts too, right? Because like you said, just seeing the word hypnotist on your arm is actually helping with that pre-talk.
Fires off. And this is where we're also as well, not just that part, but when people are looking at their websites, that's the thing. When people cognitively go, I want counseling, CBT, spiritual work, hypnosis, and they go, I want a hypnotist, they'll then go to the hypnotist. They'll then find the hypnotist that sits well with them. If you can get this pre-talk, your spiel, the way that you're talking on your website, they're halfway in already. That's your pre-talk as well. So the pre-talk starts on your website, not just on this, but it all triggers it off straight away. So the pre-talk is fundamental, the theatrical part. And the pre-talk is talking about what could happen, how's it going to happen, what are we going to do, you're safe, that you reassure them, and all those type of things there. So the pre-talk is really fundamental. Weaving in hypnosis and hypnotherapy all the way through. So in a moment, you're going to go into hypnosis. The other key thing as well is that I'm going to get them to go into a 3-stage yes set, or even more. The more yeses I get, the better it is. And like Kathy's subconscious, unconscious is nodding now. Because what she's doing is she's unconsciously agreeing with me. So if I mean, the old way of teaching it, the way of normally teaching it is, are we ready to make some fundamental changes in our life?
Yes, there's
Yes.
one, right?
And then it goes, are you ready to go into hypnosis? Are you? Yeah. See what I mean? So yeah, it's like, I'm not going to nod to Carl. I don't want to nod. And the thing is that what you're looking for is you're looking for that nodding. And as soon as you've got that nodding going, anything that comes out, that yes set, once you've got that fired off, the rest is all just putty, really. It's got the hip. So that's the pre-talk. Then we get to the induction. I was a Dave Ellman trainer. I still got the certificate hanging on my wall. I've worked with Larry, I've worked with Cheryl, and I went to Denmark with him, and I've worked around the world doing other bits and bobs. And the one key fundamental thing that I've learned is it's got nothing to do with the hypnosis induction. Hypnosis has nothing to do with the hypnosis induction except one thing. It's the end of the process, not the start of the process. If your pre-talk is right, the induction is merely the belief to trip them in. It's just the belief system just to trip them in. That's all it is. Same as with Maggie fingers, same as with Maggie hands, same as with the eye lock, anything like that. It doesn't matter what it is. If your pre-talk's right, it doesn't matter what the induction is. People get themselves fizzed about well, I haven't got all the elements of the Ellman induction. Well, I'll tell you now, Dave Ellman didn't even give a shit. So it didn't really matter. Dave Ellman never used all the phases of it. He may have missed the phases stage. He may misuse this phase. It doesn't really matter. I could get somebody to go into hypnosis by just doing this, by just only imagine now that I'm sprinkling pixie dust onto my hand. And as I just sprinkle the pixie dust onto my hand now, I cause that fascination. And I cause that the same as what Franz Anton Mesmer did. Franz Anton Mesmer built up the pre-talk to then stare and fascinate them into hypnosis, or mesmerism, not hypnosis, because mesmerism and hypnosis are two different things. But you don't have to use elongated inductions to do anything. You could just hold your finger up. If I just push my finger towards the screen and say hypnosis, 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 I can cause a focused state within you now. See what I mean?
Watching Jason go.
No, I felt a little tingle in my body all of a sudden. It's like, oh, okay.
I was watching you go.
It's like this. I could just sprinkle hypnosis dust on my hand now, and if I push the hypnosis through the screen, some of the people on there may feel hypnosis going through the screen now, and just feel it going all the way through. And it's about the prestige. It's about the way that you deliver it. It doesn't matter what the induction is. You could sit there, and I've had people sit there tapping their nose before, and on 10 taps, Dave Ellman used to do it with a cigarette. On the third puff, because his pre-talk was immense, he would do it. The cigarette. On the third one, you're going to go deeper into deeper they went, and that was the point. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't have to be so technical with the hypnosis induction. The idea is that you build the belief up and the pre-talk done first, then you hit them with the induction, which the induction is probably the wrong word for it. Actually, while I'm on here now, I'm actually thinking the induction is the wrong part. It's the wrong word. But the thing is, it's a belief system that trips them over into their altered state, into their hypnosis.
Yeah.
So we've got pre-talk, then we've got the induction phase. Don't worry about inductions. I mean, there's 101 on my YouTube channels, honestly. Just go play all day long, right? Pre-talk, inductions, then deepeners. I gauge how I'm going to do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or deeper down now. I don't use any of that psychotherapy bullshit that got entered into with fucking walking down the beach and all that shite. There's a load of rubbish. You tell me to walk down the beach when I'm in hypnosis, I'll just come straight out of it. Why? Because I'm not really that good at visually picking that beat up. I'll be brutally honest. And if some of the people watching this now are going, yeah, some of my clients just don't get it either. That's right, because it's not part of their modality. They don't get it. If you ask me to go to a mystical place, a magical place, a place where I can make perfect positive lifestyle changes, I could go. I know where I'll go straight away. I know exactly where I'll go. I could sit there, a place that I used to go fishing when I was a kid. That's brilliant, because that's what I understand. Don't send me to a sandy beach and some pissy waterfall, because it ain't going to work. And that's a very old shitty psychotherapy way of teaching it. When Sigmund Freud cocked all this up and he couldn't do it with Hypnotize Bernheim, what happened was he came back and fluffed up hypnosis, didn't he? Completely, and fucking ruined it for everybody. Anyway, That's another tangent. That's another.
But I was gonna say,
No, but
I was at a workshop where the guy took us downstairs, which is fine. I often will take us downstairs to anchor stuff in with each step. But he was like, "You're going down the stairs now. 20,
Yeah.
19."
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, I could have run up and down the stairs 15 times. Go fucking faster. You know, it's like, what are you doing?
Let's look at this analogy, right? What happens, right? This is why I teach the way I am. What happens if I'm working with somebody that's been involved in domestic violence and has been thrown down a flight of stairs?
Well, I always ask them if they're
Ooh.
okay with stairs.
Keep
But
the
yes.
keep it clean, keep everything clean. Allow the subconscious, unconscious monkey brain to develop its own schema of work, not force it down it, because then it will work far better. Allow these processes to happen now, however you choose to, whether you choose to do this, whether you choose to do that, whether you choose to do this. And that's why I always leave it open.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that that's why I leave everything so ambiguous. It's unbelievable. So I give them direction, allow the subconscious, unconscious monkey brain to do what it's doing. So we've got the pre-talk, the induction, then we've got the deepener, and then we've got the suggestion phase. The suggestion phase, for anyone who wants to watch how I deal with post-trauma weight loss or anything like that, it's called the Emotional Detox on my YouTube channel. It's called the Emotional Detox. Letting go of any images, feelings, thoughts, emotions. Letting go of any images, feelings, thoughts, emotions. Any images, feelings, thoughts, emotions. You'll notice I say it 3 bloody times that have held you back since you were a young pup. And just sit back and watch what happens to them. Sit back and watch what happens, because this is where that pressure cooker that I mentioned in the first episode, the pressure cooker goes.
You see the relax. You see the.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Yeah, you watch, just turn all the way down. My suggestion phase is let go of any images, feelings, thoughts, emotions. It's called Mental Detox. It's on my website. It's on my YouTube, sorry. Go to the YouTube channel, and on there you'll see it, me demonstrating it with people. And that's so ambiguous, it allows the subconscious, unconscious monkey brain to go, oh, I don't want that, and I don't want that, I don't want that. But, and then it goes, hang on a minute, I've got hold of this. And then you negotiate, and that's where your money is made as a hypnotist, to negotiate with a little bit it won't let go of, to then go, out you come. And we clear the whole lot out, like like the old analogy of a bloody recycle bin. And that's what we're doing. And you know, the recycle bin on your laptop. So that the suggestion phase is where you do all your work. That's where you earn your money as a hypnotist, hypnotherapist. Most of my sessions, by the way, believe it or not, I hardly speak in. So that might come to a shock of people, but I do know that we're on a ticking time. And then we've done the suggestion phase, and then what we do then is we move into the emergence phase when they're ready, and only when they're ready, and they know that they've done everything they need to do now. This is where I do the anchoring at the same time. When you know you've done it, and you know that these are the new things that you're going to be doing in the future, or whatever you're doing, open your eyes, because I'm calibrating with them. When I was first taught, it's like 3, 2, 1, open your eyes, like that. Fuck, Jesus, and people are. Anyone with a kitten, a dog, or a kid, you'll understand that first thing in the morning, won't you? Like that. No, I don't want that. But that's the key thing. I allow the client to dictate the session, not me. So it's all ambiguity all the way through until eventually I hit the point I need to. And then when they've anchored it in themselves and they know they've done it themselves, bearing in mind, my job as a hypnotist is not to do the change work. The client does the change work. My job is just to do the negotiating work when it hits something. I'm a third party. That's why self-hypnosis works to some degree. It will work. Self-hypnosis is only MLQA's work anyway. Every day and every way I'm getting better and better, repeating good stuff over and over. That's all self-hypnosis is. So once they've acknowledged that, once they've got that, you know, that built in, that self-hypnosis that I'm no longer a smoker, I'm no longer fat, I am useful, I am a good person. When they've done that, then open your eyes, and that's when the emergence comes in. So that's the 5 stages. So pre-talk, induction, deepener, suggestion phase, then emergence, and then just keep calibrating all the way around. There you go. That's all. Honestly, guys, it's not for money or if you go to my YouTube channel, if you go to UK Hypnosis Academy, everything I've just spoken about is on there, including shitloads of demos.
Yep.
So this is what. So when we first started, you said, you know, I can get people within 30 seconds, right? So this is, you know, going through these 5 phases. I'm guessing, you know, again, it's pre-talk, induction, deepeners. Boom, 30 seconds. You're through that. Yeah, and now you're actually into the suggestion phase where you're actually doing the work.
Yeah, because that bit there, and already as well, Jason, as well, when we were doing this, when I was talking a little while ago and I was talking about hypnosis, my pre-talk had already got you before it, and I'd already started to do it. Some people,
well, yeah, you already asked us the 3 questions beforehand, and we said yes, and we're nodding, right?
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
so the self-talk that was already working, pre-talk.
Yeah, and that's right. You see, so what my job as a hypnotist is to bring that in the pre-talk, and then what I do then is when they're ready, then their belief system is ready. Same as the Maggie fingers. Maggie, somebody wrote on a Facebook wall the other day. Now I've taught all over the world, and I don't mean via Zoom. I mean actually like Melbourne, Dubai. Where was I last time? Hawaii, then LA, then I've been done Vegas. I've done everywhere, right? So that's great. No need to showboat that shit. But there's one induction I use every time, and it works. That's if they've got 2 hands, by the way. But
do it on Jason. Do it on Jason.
It's called the Maggie Fingers. It's called the Maggie Fingers. And the Maggie Fingers wins every time, because what it does do is it calibrates me with the client if they're ready to go. It also tells me how fast they're going in as well. And it also shows me as well catalepsy, the looseness or rigidity of muscles well in it. And it's so simple. Some people use it as a convincer, but I don't stop at just the convincer phase of it. So in a moment when you go into hypnosis, what will happen is you'll notice that sensation of hypnosis going through your body. Ready? Jason, just do this. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Stare at the tips of your fingers. Keep focused on the tips of your fingers. Keep focused, keep focused, keep focused. Just watch the 2 hypnosis magnets. Pull those fingers together now. Just watch them. That's it. Just watch that hypnosis going all the way through your fingertips now. And just feel those fingertips come together even more. Just imagine that hypnosis going down the fingertips, into the back of your hands, over the top of your hands. Just only imagine that hypnosis going up the back of your neck, all the way over the top of your forehead, until eventually you just feel like hypnosis hit the top of your eyelids any second. No. There you go. Only imagine now what it feels like now for that hypnosis, just to go all the way through your body. Now, for people that are watching, you don't have to speak as fast as I do. I'm doing it because we're on a timer. Now, the thing is as he just allows himself to go to a mystical place, a magical place, a place of where he can make perfect, positive lifestyle changes. Now, what will happen is that any pressure, tension, hurt, pain, guilt, or shame he's been holding on to, he can just let that come up now with images, feelings, thoughts, nice and peacefully and calmly now. And just allow it just to come all the way out. Good. And that's it. So while he's doing that, what's happening is that we've just gone straight into hypnosis. I've asked his subconscious to go to a mystical place, a magical place, a place where he can make perfect, positive lifestyle changes. I don't use the word safe place. Why? Because that's where people used to go hide when they were hiding away from the naughty person when they were younger. So I don't use safe place. That's just useless. And it can lead to other things. The other thing that I've just asked him to do as well is let go of any images, feelings, thoughts, emotions that he's held on to since a little boy, any pressure, any tension, any hurt or pain. Now, I'm looking forward to Hypnothoughts Live, actually, Kathy.
I am too. I hope we get to do it.
Now, the reason I've just said that for people watching is because he's in his altered state that way. And it doesn't matter what we do, because he knows he's safe and he knows he can do it. There you go. When you're ready and you know you're ready, just open your eyes. Take your time. The whole way through my process is about calibration. It's about finding out what goes on. Okay. But another thing as well that you can do with suggestion is watch this, Jason. If I push my hand underneath your belly button now, and I push all the way up now, and I push all the way up through your body, you'll probably feel that pressure, anything that's coming. Feel it? There you go. And it's going to come out the top of your head any second now.
You feel the energy kind of go up your body.
Yeah. So, hypnosis, that's quite common.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the key thing is that when you're as a hypnotist, it's not just about your verbal suggestions, it's about your physical suggestions as well. It's like if I grab that thing there, Jason, that thing that's been holding you up, and I just pull it like that, I pull it all the way through the screen, and I just there you go, just let it all come out any second now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can feel it just like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Bells are going off for me.
We love to pick on Jason because if Frank put him under and Mike put him under, and I feel neglected. I never get to go. But that's okay.
Sounds like a Dalek. But
All right, let's do that.
There
There
we
you go. She's back. So yeah,
Anyway, I heard this cool combination of voices as I was doing my self-hypnosis of these various hypnotherapists like helping me go under, which was hilarious. So it was like I dissociated from myself. But yeah, hypnosis, and I know, Jason, you've been doing a lot of not tapes.
recording. Yeah.
To do some self-hypnosis stuff, and it's amazing. It's such an awesome modality.
Well, and that's where, because I'm interested. I mean, just like, I got to go watch that YouTube video a few times and just do what you just did to me right now, because I want to go more into my own self-hypnosis, right? And not just necessarily listening to somebody else as well. But I mean, just like you said, I mean, at first when you said 30 seconds, I'm like, okay, yeah, most of the things that I'm listening to, it's kind of like the first 5 or 10 minutes of it, you're kind of going down the thing and you're getting relaxed. And it's like, surely it doesn't happen in 30 seconds, but I just did it right here. Right. And it's like, and this was one where it was much quicker, when it was pull your fingers together, it was like, holy shit, they're actually moving pretty fast.
That's only a physiological thing. What you've done there is physiological. Anyone who's doing this now can go, oh, it's just my fingers come together. They will. Yeah. But it's the belief system that I've triggered that something fundamental is not going to happen. Now, I always teach it is the Gandalf moment. That moment that your client thinks that you're a bloody wizard. They think you are something special. And then they sit there like you did. If you watch this back, you went, oh, like your face was doing that. But that's what I'm looking for as a hypnotist. Now, a lot of people might go, well, no, you don't do that. It works for me, and it's got me around the planet teaching this stuff. Now, I could teach you 1,001 inductions. I could teach you 1,001 inductions, but that is my go-to. With my pre-talk, with magnetic fingers, I'm in. I'm in within 4 minutes. Within 3 or 4 minutes, I'm in. And the key thing is that it then leaves me a lot more time to deal with their crap, rather than, and as you just go down the windy staircase towards the river and follow the river down and dump all your shit in the river. That's it. No, it ain't gonna happen. It's just a load of rubbish. I don't buy scripts. I really don't. And I'm not going to mention names. I love all the trainers. We've all got great, but I just don't do scripts. I'm pure hypnotist, pure hypnosis. That's the way I look at it. And I firmly believe that if people weren't taught scripts, they'd be far more confident than they are. That's one of the key leading things about hypnotists, and it doesn't happen in my shit, I can tell you that. When my lot, you can get my lot on, they'll tell you no. The key thing is that when they leave, they're confident in their abilities. They don't need a crutch to hold on to. And that's where I firmly believe that Sigmund Freud screwed everything up by introducing scripts. I'm blaming Sigmund Freud. It's got nothing to do with him, but I'm still blaming him.
He screwed up a lot of things. I think we can, he kind of fucked up a list of stuff. Anyway, and once again, guess what? We're out of time again.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh. So, no, that's cool.
It just flies by.
I feel better, though.
Yeah. Every episode, Jason walks away feeling better, and
I know you're pulling it out again, aren't you? Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here just filled with crap.
Freddie did you, I think, too, right? I'm not the only. I'm just You
get all the.
I'm the schmuck in the room that gets to be the guinea pig. Actually, in college, I was a lab rat for the psych department, so that was how I earned money.
I didn't even think I was going to do any hypnosis during this, to be pretty honest. Drop in. So,
yeah, weird.
I hope people get something from it.
All right, so again, for our viewers, watchers, listeners, where can they find you, Karl?
UK Hypnosis Academy on my website, which is .com or .co.uk, or they can go to my YouTube channel and subscribe there, and there's over 150, 160 videos of step-by-step and demonstrations, inductions, and other stuff as well on there as well. So yeah, you can do that.
Really great stuff. And his classes are amazing. I've watched him teach. He's incredible. So, all right, we've blown through more time. This has been amazing. Karl, thank you so much for joining us for those 2 episodes. I'm Kathy Gruver. I could be reached at kathygruver.com.
And I'm Jason Mefford. I can be reached at jasonmefford.com. And we'll catch you on a future episode of the Fire and Earth podcast. See ya.